Activity at Kelowna's airport has been down drastically since the onset of COVID-19, 95% according to the airport manager. And he doesn't expect things to improve quickly even as the COVID vaccine rolls out. But Sam Samaddar does have a suggestion on how things could be a lot better.
We need to introduce a national policy and standards on testing. People before they depart could be tested. That makes sure that everybody that's boarding the flight is negative on COVID. But also for international visitors coming in, if there are countries that don't have tests in place, that we could do that inbound as well. And then that would allow us to lift the quarantine restrictions, which are currently 14 days.
So have you had an opportunity to throw out this suggestion? Where does it go? Why is it falling on deaf ears?
We've been lobbying very adamantly at the federal level. In fact, a lot of airports have actually introduced testing with private labs and things at their airports to prove that this can work. And so we are pursuing the Public Health Agency of Canada. We're pursuing Transport Canada, and we believe that this would be a perfectly good solution to allow us to get people back in the air again and build that confidence back. Not just for the people traveling, but also the communities that they're traveling to.
Is there any sort of focused pushback on this? What's the downside of that? Like, why hasn't this idea been more readily adopted?
To be honest with you, I think the focus has been on the vaccine itself, and that there has been an absence of strategic thinking about developing a national strategy on how we deal with this business. And I look at things after 9/11. We put some very strict measures in place to protect the traveling public, and we can do that now with COVID-19. We have the ability to do it. It's just getting the political will to get that over the finish line.
I know that there's been a pilot project in Alberta where people are tested upon arrival instead of quarantining. But has the idea of testing people prior to boarding been tested anywhere?
It is actually. Vancouver actually is doing a trial in conjunction with WestJet, and so doing it as departures. In fact, they started that trial a week ago. So all our industry is trying these different methods. How
many people have had their employment disrupted by having an airport operating at somewhere between 5 and 10% capacity?
It's been very, very sad. We've lost, when I look at all the different businesses we have, including our own as the airport administration, we've lost anywhere between 40 to 60% in terms of staff.
How many people are we talking about at the airport? Could you roughly?
The airport employs over 1,600 people in its environment. So if you look, 40 to 60% of that is gone. Some people it's at 80, depending on what kind of operation or airline. So, and some of these people are long tenured employees that have lost their jobs.
Right. Well, let's hope it picks up sooner than you're predicting.
Well, I would love that, and I hope that that's what will happen. But all the indicators that we have right now is because of government policy and the restrictions that are in place, that the longer that they've stayed in place, the more difficult it's going to be to recover. And let's not forget that whether you're looking at the airlines or you're looking at the airports, they've lost a tremendous amount of revenue, and it's going to take a long time to rebuild that back into the system for those people to recover. Yeah.
Thank you, Sam Samaddar.
Yeah, my pleasure.